In a world wrought with struggle and strife, a world rich with beauty and grandeur, a world where peril lies around every corner, a world of casting and pony. One group steps up to share the perspective of the masses in this, the World of Warcraft. We are Podcast, the voice of the players.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Welcome back. You are watching Pwnecast. This is episode 50. 50 episodes, guys. 50. We are in patch 6.1.2. I am your Warlock host, Belle. Before I go any further, 50 means we are 2 episodes now away from our 1-year anniversary. 1 year of producing a podcast that started with a vision from Elida and has grown into the fuckery you see today. That's pretty epic, I did bring the... These guys, what a ragtag bunch of guys.
We're going to do a party.
And they're all mine. I'm so happy.
Do a party with no pants and lavender toilet paper.
Leave lavender toilet paper out of this, sir. It's not weird that I have lavender toilet paper. So
yes,
those of you at home that are judging me, don't judge me, because everybody loves sentiment.
You remember that Matrix guy? He goes, I only wipe my butt with silk. I like the way it feels.
It is true. I do have lavender toilet paper. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. If you don't have lavender toilet paper, I recommend getting it because it smells lovely. Anyway, I did bring the guys with me. I brought the mage that randomly releases his frozen orb in public, Frieza.
It is true. I got all my stuff on keybinds, and it's funny because when you're sitting there in your garrison and you start walking, you just start using your trinkets and your frozen orbs, and you ice block for no reason. You're just like, oh, whatever. Hopefully no one comes and attacks me. I'm out of cooldowns now. But, every time, because my frozen orb is like a minute cooldown, the second it comes up and I'm in my garrison, I just release it. Just out of habit.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just gotta let it go. I
don't mess around. But yeah, it's funny. If you're ever walking with me, you'll see it fly by us, and you're like, what is he doing? Just
ignore it. It's part of the stroll through the park.
See me use my trinket, while I'm farming? Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's awesome. Well, we're glad you're here. I did also bring the Death Knight who can now open his own pet shop in-game, Lycan.
600 pets. Finally got 600 pets. I was so excited. So I guess there's a pet in Storm Shield that I didn't know. Once you get exalted or revered with the Erico, you could buy one there. Didn't know that.
600 pets?
Yeah, 600.
Once again, code for I have no life.
I have 815 pets, but I have 600 unique pets.
That's crazy.
All 601 now.
I can't even imagine having any more. I only have pets because it was my birthday in the Guilty's Gate. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have any pets.
She's complaining about this yet. Out of the 700 or 800 pets that I have, I think about 100 of them belong to Sam or Belle, because I asked for the parrot, the macaw parrot that you get out of Stranglethorn. One of our guildies got it, and I'm like, sure, I'll take it. Hey, if you want to donate it to me, that's fine. So she gave it to me with like 100 of her pets, and she goes, here, level these to 25.
It was compensation for his time and effort. Yeah, because I bought it off the guildie, and it's quite an expensive bird.
75,000. I've seen it on.
Yeah, it's quite an expensive bird. But I bought it for him. The guildie gave me a huge discount, and I did barter.
How long does it take to get it to 25?
I can get 3 to 4 pets minimum to 25 one day.
Oh,
and
nice.
it only takes me about an hour farming, because what I do is I got a thing I go around Pandaria and a thing I do around Draenor, and I can have usually about between 3 to 4 pets easily up to level 25.
Now, for those of you wondering why I'm cheating and having him level my pets, I don't want to do random pet battles throughout the world. I want to pet battle other players, and I'm not interested in spending days upon days upon days leveling a pet. I've tried. The highest I got a pet was to 9. That's not my style. I don't want to sit around and battle pets. I want to battle other players' pets. Naturally, I would like to have level 25 pets for that. So it's not really me being lazy so much as just uninterested in the whole pet battling scene, except for I'd like to battle other players' pets. So,
right. And the only reason she has a level 25 pet to begin with is because that new quest you got out of 6.1 with your little purple stone. The only reason she got a level 25.
I was smart. I did a pet that I couldn't give to somebody else. It was a pet that was only on my account. So that way at least I used it wisely, which I think it might have been... I don't know what I leveled. I don't even remember. But yeah, I did You know, you got to do what you got to do. It's a dog world in the pet battling scene these days.
Personally, for the next couple months. So.
Really?
Well, we're glad you're with us. I did also bring the kitty who can now kidney shot his friends. Hots for shots.
Oh yeah. I'm getting there for sure.
What, you
Level
roll
on the
rogue?
rogue, I'm just like,
He rolled a rogue that is on Argent Dawn that's in our guild.
I'm
Ah.
rogue is so rough to level. Like
They're fun though.
it's so much fun, but leveling with it's rough.
Is it the staying alive, or what's the?
It's how slow it goes. Like the lack of AOE in combat. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Boomkin, think about it. I pressed Starfall, I ran around and was just like, pew, 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 pew. Done.
Hotsed himself
Okay.
and then moved on about his
Yeah.
business.
And now Rogue, I'm like, all right, one at a time, baby, one at a time. That one thing's gonna drop in like 3 seconds. 5 seconds later, I can do it again.
That's so funny. Awkward
Yeah.
but funny. Well,
Yeah.
is it what level is the rogue now?
96.
You're so close. We're doing, me and Friza were leveling. He's leveling a Shadow Priest, and I was leveling a Heals Monk. We just decided we don't want to do that. We just want to boost the bullshit. So we decided to stop doing that, and we're actually going to boost. Because you still have 10 levels till you get to 100, so the thrill is gone leveling sometimes. It really makes me want to bang my head against a desk after so many tunes and so many times. I mean, there's only so many times you can see the same land and bullshit. Nothing's different until you get to 90 that's, out of the ordinary. So that's what the boost is there for, to make Blizzard money and to make our life easier. So we might as well just go ham. And
Money well spent.
Agreed. So this week, not a lot of huge news, but a lot of stuff to make note of and to make mention of. For 10 days, Blizzard is having a sale on World of Warcraft. It's 50% off up to Mists of Pandaria. And then from Mists of Pandaria up to Warlords of Draenor, it's 25% off. So the sale does end April 13th. So if you have somebody you want to bring to World of Warcraft, maybe you want to do Recruit a Friend for yourself so that you can get the Cindermane charger mount, whatever the case may be, now is the time for you to be able to do so. Give a gift to a friend. Call a loved one and be like, hey, I want to introduce you to this world of sucking all your life force out of you for the next 20 years. Please come play with me. Here's my obsession. But it's really, now's the time to really take advantage of those kind of things. If you have somebody that you're interested in bringing along to the game, it is on sale, so make sure you guys take advantage of that sale. With that being said, what an April Fool's Day it was in both Blizzard's eyes and our April Fool stuff on the PwnCastDailyQuest.com was just literally amazing. For those of you that followed it, we did Double Agent, the neutral panda. He is a friend of Pwncast, and he came to me 2 days before April Fool's with this idea. And this idea was that he was going to go to PTR and he was going to record his panda picking a faction. He gave Pwncast the video link and allowed us to post it exclusively on PwnCastDailyQuest.com. Boy, did this made people mad, made people happy. We had 52,000 total people go to our website from just this one post about Double Agent. People busted us out, and I had to trash the comments because I didn't want anybody else to, because we posted it a day early thinking that we would throw people off the scent of an April Fool's joke. But it was just an April Fool's joke. Double Agent would never change and pick a faction. He has stated that several occasions to Pwncast and publicly. He has no desire to ever change his faction. But yes, it was an April Fool's prank, just as many of the other things that we posted. Pretty much everything we posted on April Fool's on Pwncast was a prank. But Blizzard, my husband made a good point when we were talking about this. Blizzard didn't really do a lot of in-game pranking. I know you could get a 72-hour Amani bear in your garrison as a mission, but it was a prank. They did a few small things. I would have liked to have seen something on an in-game level, like Heroes of the Storm. They were all big heads.
Mm-hmm.
All the heroes were big heads. That was their prank. They did a bunch of patch note releases, which actually some of those are pretty funny, especially the Warlock. They were like, oh, we're nerfing the Rain of Fire. It now does no damage. And people were like, well, what's the difference? Because it doesn't do any damage now. But they did a lot of different stuff all across all their different games. They did Hearthstone PTR or Hearthstone patch note pranks. They did the Heroes of the Storm. That B-motes thing was hilarious. I can't even deal with that B-motes thing. And then the little, what was that little, the little pet thing, the keychain? What was that?
Oh, the Tamagotchi thing from StarCraft. It was one of the eggs from StarCraft. I was like, oh, Tamagotchi.
Let this be real.
Yes, like, if this is the one thing I ever wanted to be real on April Fool's Day, this is the one. And then...
They did a lot of cool stuff, but I would have liked to have seen some more in-game stuff. I would like to see, maybe they do something where you're doing something and then randomly you shapeshift into something. Or, I mean, really, they did some fun stuff for in-game for the other Blizzard games. Why not World of Warcraft? Is it too much work? Interns are busy? What things would you guys have liked to have seen for April Fool's in-game instead of just posting patch notes and saying that this is funny?
I mean, team skirmishes, they could have did a lot on those ones since they don't really count or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That would have actually been really cool to put, I don't know, some stupid stuff in there. Maybe big heads or make you really small.
Wouldn't that be funny if you zone in to your battleground or your Arena and everybody's miniature?
Yeah, or change people's specs. I thought that would be hilarious. We had a couple guys talking about that. You go in there as a mage and you put you as a warlock and you're just like, what the hell happened? And just freak people out, because it'll really get some people to be like, what's happening in team skirmishes right now? And
it's broken.
Yeah, it's broken. WoW broke itself.
Well,
so,
I think
the add-ons did stuff. Like LVUI, they logged in and they told you that you had to upgrade, and it was Hello Kitty. That's hysterical to me. I can't even deal. Oh, the Armani Bear was not World of Warcraft. That was actually if you had Mission Manager. I'm pretty sure that was actually a Mission Manager prank. But yeah, that's it. If add-ons could do it, why I don't understand why Blizzard couldn't do anything with World of Warcraft.
I think the best one I've ever seen and the one or ever thought of, and a lot of people actually said would be great, would be on the character creation screen, add Murloc as a race.
Oh, yeah.
But when you try to go ahead, you can go ahead and customize your character and everything. When you try to log in, it gives you an error logging in. Somebody said something like that just to kind of put out there like, oh, look, we broke something and we accidentally put Murlocs in as a playable race. Because everybody's been asking it since, vanilla?
Well, and then the theory crafting would really start, and they would say, look, they have been working on it as a playable race. It's coming in the next expansion.
Oh, yeah. Tinfoil hats would be out.
That's pretty valid, actually. But yeah, I was a little disappointed. My husband, I had asked him towards the end of the night, I was like, well, this stuff's kind of funny. And he's like, but all it is just bad jokes. They didn't do anything for April Fools to fool you. It was just bad jokes. That's it. Mm-hmm. Bad jokes. And I was like...
I found it very interesting. Oh, go ahead.
I think they would have made it, or it would have made it funny if they would have just turned everything to level 1. And just, have the aspect of level 1, all the mobs, you can't see your health, you can't see your abilities, you see your abilities doing, no kind of damage, but it's actually dying at the appropriate time.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
People would think that we got nerfed again, or that they did another stat squish and they'd switch down to 0. Yeah, that would be pretty
cool.
But yeah, I was a little disappointed. Blizzard, I'm going to need you to step up your game and stop worrying about things like WoW tokens so that you can... I mean, really, April Fools is such a big deal in the Blizzard community because they're famous for their April Fool's jokes. So it would, last year, remember the Draenei face?
Mm.
You guys remember the ugly Draenei face? That was their April Fool's thing. I would like to see them step up their game and care about us like they do the other games that they do. Blizzard, Heroes of the Storm and all the other stuff. So a lot of you probably don't really care, but Olivia DeGrace, everybody knows who she is. She's Wowhead. She's amazing. Everybody loves her. She is no longer with Wowhead. She actually has became officially part of Blizzard Esports. Now, we didn't talk about this when it was officially announced because nobody really cares. It's good for her. I'm happy for her. I love her individually. So I'm really excited for her and her future with Blizzard. So what's to become of Wowhead Weekly? Well, Panzer has replaced Olivia on Wowhead Weekly. So in addition to Blinky McBlinker and Peculiar, you now have Panzer. I know a lot of you that are listening and watching are huge fans of Panzer. On the record officially as a representative of Pwnecast, I don't have a problem with Panzer on the record specifically. However, Belle the Warlock, really?
I want to chime in here because I was upset that they even decided to offer Panzer the job. There are so many qualified people out there that would definitely have taken that place in a heartbeat. But this is somebody who, what upsets me with Panzer is her work ethics. She got involved with League of Legends there for a while, and she was doing the Wowhead stuff for WoW Insider.
Mhm.
Or not the WoW Insider, but the WoW Insider weekly thing. And what upset me is that she got so caught up in the League of Legends thing that she wasn't even posting weekly updates like she should have been.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, I think they kind of said, look, you've got to decide. We're sponsoring you. We're paying your bills, or go with League of Legends, because she stopped doing the League of Legends ones, and she started on a weekly updates again. And I think there was a lot more people out there, a lot more people in the community would have had options to step forward and say, hey, look at me. I'm a new person. And I really think WoW had overstepped their boundaries this time and
I agree.
didn't do their research.
They have a lot of good, even above somebody that's already a public figure. There's so many good content writers that are really doing great things for their website and really, really making it the place to be. I agree with you on that aspect. Like I said, I'm not Belle the Warlock is not a fan of Panzer in general. I have many reasons for that being the case. None of it really matters, nor is it important. Pwnecast, of course, we are fans of everybody, and we love everybody that does podcasting and all that kind of thing. But me specifically, I'm separating myself from Pwnecast because I don't want anybody to think that Pwnecast views are my views. But I do agree with that. I feel like that they should have. She already has her Downtime Tuesday bullshit. I don't understand. Then you got the booby chick that does the Arcade Weekly crap. What's Boobs McGee's name?
Yes.
I don't even know her name. I just know her boobs. That's how unimportant that it is to me, because you didn't pick anybody that's really a part of the community. To me, Panzer doesn't say World of Warcraft. That's when I think of Wowhead and I think of World of Warcraft, I don't think of Panzer. I thought a male would have been appropriate, perhaps. Maybe to balance Blinky McBlinker, I thought a male would have been possibly a good balance. I mean, at this point, I'll take a fucking streamer over Panzer. So, I mean, put Swifty right on up there. I'll vote. But it's nice for Olivia. I like her as a person. I like how she seems very, very real to the public, and I think it's great for her that she's doing the esports thing, because that is where her heart is. So we congratulate her. And Wowhead, if anybody's watching this, can you please pick somebody else to do the Wowhead Weekly with Blinky, because it sucks. Anyway.
Just to let you know, the views and opinions by the hosts are not.
No, and I said that very clearly. This is not. I
itself.
said that very clearly. This is my personal opinion, and it's not a hate. I don't dislike anybody. This isn't a diss on anybody. This is me stating my opinion, and I let all of you. When I say all of you, I mean the viewers and listeners. You all get to have your opinions. I just want to have mine and not get shitty emails because I stated an opinion, like I did when I talked about the streamers. People didn't like that.
We've always known to be, truthful to our.
We have to be. So. Some people will agree with me and some people won't, and that's okay, because I love it anyway. We're all part of the same team here. It's just some of us are.
Can't have fire without a little bit of a spark.
So, right? I know, right? So we're happy for that. Is it Kura? Am I saying that right? Because God forbid I say something wrong, because people will email me and tell me. Kura and Eris for the Pet Battle Quest?
Right, Eris, yes.
Okay. The Pet Battle Quest, just in case some of you have noticed, it was nerfed. As far as the rewards are concerned, they will fix this once they have to do a client-side patch to be able to fix. Apparently, there was an exploit that people were taking advantage of, where you could actually you could disconnect or something before the battle had actually ended, and you would still get all the full rewards for it, even though you didn't complete it. People were exploiting this, so they've nerfed the rewards to avoid people doing this exploit. They are going to fix the rewards back once they have developed a client-side patch and I'm able to push that out into the interwebs once we have more information about that. But if you've noticed it or you're curious, the Heirloom Changes also did go live, to my understanding, yesterday, according to the April 2nd patch notes, which it's actually hotfix notes. Once it's a hotfix note, it said it was pending server restart, so I'm assuming that's already live as well. I don't Pet Battle System really. I didn't even know. I didn't know what it was. I was like, okay. And the final topic is Blizzard had posted a thing about this month in April. For those of you doing what a long, strange trip it's been, the Nobelgarden quests are on your to-do list, as well as Children's Week. I still have Children's Week because it's really annoying, so I've never done it. In like 3 years, I've tried to do it, and I just don't do it.
Hard.
Well, you've already done yours. You did yours like 12 years ago when I was like 5.
Sorry, man.
For those of you listening and not watching, he flipped me off, which is really unprofessional. If I could
Scratching my head.
say so myself, I mean, really, ugh. So you have Nobelgarden, and I think the Children's Week one is the only one that confuses me. Like, and maybe you could give me some in-depth help on the Children's Week.
What part's confusing?
All of it, the achievements you need for that.
Most of the quests are just taking a child that you pick up either, I believe, in Orgrimmar or Stormwind.
Isn't that child abuse?
No.
No,
But
it's an orphan.
it's like
Look at Riza. Yes, it is.
No, it's like-
Orphans don't have souls, right? No?
Those are gingers. That's dark. That's a whole different subject.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to get any emails on that one.
No, you pick up the kid and you show him all the big things around Azeroth. You go to the Dark Portal.
You're supposed to do battles, correct? With your
You take him in a battleground. It's not like you make him fight. It's not
That's
like
child abuse.
I would be carrying him and be like, look at all the unbalancing.
That's child abuse to have to take an orphan child who's not even yours into a battle, right?
what kind of world we live in. Do you know how rough it is out there to have that child walk by you as you walk over the dead horde bodies in front of you, saying, "Look, this is where these." I'm not going to go there. This is where these people belong. No. But you drag this kid
I'm
along.
disgusted with Blizzard right now. I can't even deal with it.
Yeah, but you take them into like there's an instance, I believe, I don't know
Can
if
I
it's
take them to a tavern and have tea or something? Do I have to take them to where bloodshed's happening? I mean, how is this helping them as children?
It builds character.
It's not about the children. It's
It
about
teaches
you.
them how to properly hide the body? I don't understand.
What he's saying.
What did you say, Hots?
That it's not about the children. It's about you.
Yeah.
You're the one in the quest.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going
Selfish. This is why...
You're just going to drop him off later on and let him deal with the psychological issues.
And he's standing there with this balloon going, yeah, just running around.
I'm not going to bust out a song, but the children are the future. We got to raise them right. We got
And
to
you
load
can
up, see what the other faction's capable of.
Yep.
I can't even deal with
Indoctrinate.
Nobelgarden starts April 6th, which is Monday, ends April 13th. The Nobelgarden's super easy.
And that
I
way-
did that in like a few hours, literally. I did the Nobelgarden last year. It was really, really easy. You get the
Right.
title, the Noble. There's 8 achievements involved in all that. So make sure that you get started, get that crap done. And that part is really, really easy. Then Children's Week actually starts April 27th, and it goes through May 4th. Yeah, May 4th. And I guess you got to log in and take your children through battle and whatever, dude. I don't even know what that even means. I can't even deal with that. Stranglehorn Fishing Extravaganza. I've seen this every day for the last 7 years. I've never participated. Couldn't even tell you what's happening. Don't even know anything about it. But I do have a lot of friends and a lot of guildies that actually participate. So don't forget about that. Also, BlizzCon is happening. The tickets go on sale April 15th at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you are standing at the ready. Keep in mind, if you miss this one, they also go on sale, I believe.
So like a month later.
Usually.
It's where I have my notes. I only have April 15th, but it does go. There is another sale date if you miss that one. Final thing on the agenda: the Azeroth Armory. I know all of you have seen this. All of you have been watching. It's been huge talk, both in game, on forums, everywhere. Forging of Gorehowl.
Mm-hmm.
Who here watched that?
I willed that thing.
I'm
Just me and him? That's it?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I want to
was
give this
not
guy.
expecting to be here tonight. My butt was like there 30 minutes ago.
For those of you that don't know, we woke Hots for Shots up out of a dead sleep. So much so, I'm pretty sure he professed his love for me via the
No idea how they got.
I heard I love you, and I'm like, you do? And he's like, I said bye, and I was like, oh. It was supposed to be Bloke. We don't know what happened to Bloke, and we couldn't wait any longer to get started. But
We
yeah,
miss him so much.
Bloke, when you're watching this, shame on you for missing out on the
Shame.
fun, because we missed
You, Bubble Fett.
He's
sir,
He's
sir.
probably passed out somewhere. Sir. Excuse me, sir.
He got that just for you. And
So, Lycan, why don't you tell us about the video?
I got to give this guy credit to what his YouTube channel is. It's called Awe Me, A-W-E Me. And he goes through, and every week or so, he'll actually pick another item to pick out of video games. Like there's that Disney game where he has the big key they use as a sword. I forget which one it is. That thing, he made that. He's made things from Mortal Kombat. He crafted and did Gorehowl. The detail on this is absolutely just astounding. It's got gold inlay. When he holds it, this guy's got to be 7'1", maybe 7'2", and when he picks this thing up,
Tony Swatton is his name, right?
Yeah, it is huge. You have to check it out. We have to put a link down at the bottom in the little doobly-doo at the bottom there, just to say, hey,
I'm
look,
sorry,
this,
what's a doodly-doo? Is that an official?
the doobly-doo, the information at the bottom.
Right.
We have to throw a link in there because if you're a fan of cosplay, if you're a fan of collectibles, I want the Frostborn sword for a long time. I think I'd rather give it up and get this first. It is that well done.
They showed you pictures, Michelle, and I think her last name is Morrow, if I'm correct. Not 100% if that's her last name. I was actually trying to find it because I couldn't remember. She actually does the voice of Alexstrasza, correct?
Yes.
Is that accurate? I thought yeah, she does the voice of Alexstrasza. She also does the cosplay for Alexstrasza. She was in some of these videos holding it, and she sliced up a watermelon with it, which is pretty legit because anytime you have a chance to smash pumpkins with doing karate in the garage or slicing watermelons with Gorehowl axe, I mean, that's a frickin' party. Just missing a stripper pole, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty interesting to see her, to be able to see that. If you guys didn't have a chance to watch it, I recommend that you guys check it out. Nothing like seeing the things in game real life, which is why a lot of people like cosplaying. If I liked dressing up as things and had the patience, I would be a cosplayer, but it's just not. I mean,
I could dig it. I actually just watched it, and I skipped to the very end. That thing looks awesome.
And
Holy
the
crap.
intense patience that you have to have as a blacksmith even, it's definitely not like in-game blacksmithing where stuff is done instantly. I mean, this is the quality of craftsmanship of weapons in the medieval times. In the way back when a blacksmith took 3 days to finish an awesome sword for you to wield into battle. I mean, this is real. It's almost like back then because it's a frickin'...
And everything he makes is usable.
Yeah, that's what she demonstrated.
Yeah,
Michelle
100%,
demonstrated by slicing the melons, which I like slicing watermelons with swords.
There was a guy I've been watching. I know some of our viewers probably watched, if they're YouTubers like me, the show called Really Big Swords. You ever
I've seen that.
Well, it's a guy who does metal work, but he's made a lot of weapons for a lot of games, God of War and World of Warcraft, of course. He makes a lot of these weapons, and he makes them ridiculously sized, sometimes with really big swords, or he'll make them sometimes usable, but most of the time they're not usable, in my opinion. But that's
Maybe
crazy to watch him.
Could use one or two of them.
Well,
He would be
men
great
often
for it.
carry around obscenely sized swords. You know what that means.
It's true. It's true.
The bigger the sword, the bigger the hilt.
It's just a little bit of overcompensation in some situations.
I
I mean, I'm
just
saying
use
I've
mine to
heard.
pass my bag.
I don't really know, but I've heard.
Drive a really long limo.
You know what they say about big feet? He wears big shoes.
That's right.
I don't know if we're normal or not. Yeah, but I got to tell you, I'm very, very, very impressed. I know that he's already working on his second weapon. Does anybody know or remember if he had announced what the second weapon's going to be?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to look to see if I had gotten. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that he might have made mention, perhaps. I'm not sure. Also, before I forget, the Shadow Meld I know was a huge issue for several people because Shadow Meld was not dropping combat like it was supposed to. So if you were in combat, Shadow Meld was not working. I know that they did fix that in the hot fix for April 6th. And some other. I don't think there's anything else of note as far as the hotfixes go. So that's pretty much the majority of the news for this week. So let's talk about our weeks in WoW. Frieza, outside of frost orbing random people, what did you do this week?
I kind of just kicked it. Was trying to adapt to my new schedule I have. I'm working days now, so I'm able to get home quite early and play some WoW. But this whole week, kind of trying to adapt to it, so I'm just kind of coming home and sleeping. So, yeah. What are you gonna say? Oh, anyways, so I know I did RPGs a few times here and there, but definitely hard to do when you're tired. So hopefully this next coming week I'm going to be more awake when I get home, and I'll be able to play. And I just got still the unbalancing is getting unreal. It's getting unreal, and it's just so sad sometimes watching broken classes. But I understand why people play them when they have them. It's understandable, but it's just unreal. It just really is. I mean, there's so much to say, but we've all heard it 1,000 times. I mean, Blizzard needs to get their act together.
Are you noticing certain issues with your character, or
no?
Just everybody in general.
Just a random class would be amazing. I mean, we had an issue with 2 Shadow Priests yesterday in RBGs, and they were both putting out. And this is 1,800 RBGs, and these guys were putting out, I don't know, 14 million damage each.
Our Shadow Priest does like 11, 12 million damage in an RBG battle, and that's at a minimum. That's just literally.
And it's just sad that we have to focus on them the most because we got to keep them under pressure, and it's sad that Blizzard knows about this and doesn't care. It's just a freaking Shadow Priest, man. It's just a Shadow Priest. Like, seriously, 14 million?
Shadow Priests in the PvP world have always been the ultimate.
I was going to say, I remember last season in Mesa Pandaria, I remember it being a huge complaint from a lot of people about Shadow Priests just in general.
That they were useless?
No, about that they were amazing.
Yeah, at
they've
higher
been
levels,
decent.
Awesome.
No, they've been decent. They've never been as powerful in my history of PvP.
But nothing has changed to make the Shadow Priest better, right? I haven't seen anything that would say this is why they're amazing.
When you have every disc priest, if you go to the arena community and you check it out, it used to be nothing but disc priests all the way down the list. Now you rarely see any disc priests. They all went shadow. And so no, it's completely broken class. So are Death Knights. We had a Death Knight making a point, and he's 26 rated, someone up there, and he was making a point that Blizzard is stupid and broken because he put 90 gear on and started to go into arenas and beat people.
I annihilate Death Knight, so I'm not sure what that means. I'm going to be really honest. As a warlock that's squishy, I don't know what that means.
No, warlocks
I annihilate
squishy.
Death Knights.
No. So he was making a point saying, if this is getting ridiculous, Blizzard. This damage is unreal, and when you go up there and you start playing these people, they start realizing what classes are really broken or not, what people are really taking advantage of. And
with the RBGs, getting in it with the Riders of Rohan, I've noticed the higher ranking we're getting that the games are a lot more closer. I've noticed
Warriors kill me every time. I can't. Warriors are literally like Warriors and Rogues are my. I can kill a rogue, but I have to catch the rogue before I can kill the rogue.
That's exactly what I was just going to get to. You want to talk about broken classes? What about the rogues being able to sprint from one end of Warsong
He was on one side, and then we blinked, and I swear he was already in their flag room, and we were like, "Wait,
you want to know what that is? That's called Burst of Speed. It's an infinite sprint.
Right.
It's great. They love it.
I slow him down with my concussor shot.
Infinite?
Yeah. It has a 4-second buff, and it has a 3-second cooldown. And it's a 30% and only costs 30 energy.
Yeah. And if their haste is high enough, by the time their 30 energy is been used, it's up again.
That's a little bit unfair in a PvP situation, I think.
I agree. Remember my complaint last night. I'm standing here in the flag room. I've got my freezing traps down. I've got... I said my shots that are slowing him, and no matter what I'm doing, and I've got my frozen arrows, so my auto shots are even slowing him. And
but he has his cloak, and he can go immune.
That's the problem. He's been able to go from one end of Warsong Gulch to the other in cap, and it's ridiculous how faster that these things are.
So it's not really balancing at all. Nothing's really balanced.
Definitely not.
You'd be in shock when you start playing these games.
Rogue flag carriers have been a thing for quite some time.
Always, really.
I understand that. And there should be classes out there that are better than others at certain things, and I
But what
100%
fun
agree.
is it if you can't catch them because they're already in the flag room?
Now-
That's not skill to me. That's you. You're
No, it's
That is
skill.
actually-
It's skill in a way. I'll give a little bit to the rogue. I've met some rogues in the past that no matter how many people you have guarding that flag, he's going to get away, and just by himself, no one's with him, and then you get a rogue who can't even get out of the front room because he doesn't know how to play his class. But the people who do know how to take advantage of a broken class will take advantage of a broken
Right.
class.
which is exploiting that class.
well, it's just not
broken.
exploiting. It's just
Let
using
Hans
what
for
Blizzard's
shots.
giving you.
Hold on. All right, so this is why it's not broken, because they are really strong in that aspect. What do you think of when you think of rogue? You don't see them until they're killing you.
Right?
Yeah.
If you stumble across a rogue and they're not in stealth, they're probably dead or they're gonna vanish. While I'm carrying that flag, I can't vanish. I can't go stealth. I can't do nothing. I have to sit there and be completely unguarded. So unless I have like a DK chilling back at my base,
Waiting for
Which
you.
usually happens.
Which does happen.
So,
DK
yeah,
or Warriors.
so
You know what?
getting away,
With a
getting
bear.
away, pretty nice, because other than that, I'm
And
dead.
I guess really when I think about it, in the middle, you're not really battling in the middle anyway. It's all gonna end in either side's flag room anyway. No matter what happens, that's
battling
where the
middle,
battle's
you're
gonna
doing
end. But I think it's just I'd like to try to slow
It
them.
depends
before
on
they
the
do.
group. It depends on the group. We've had rogues, they get to the middle, and depends how good your group is, but they can eventually stop the rogue, or how many death knights you have that
Yeah.
can pull the rogue, or how many mages or hunters you have. But it's bad when the rogue goes right through the middle, and everyone's doing everything they can to catch that rogue, and he just keeps running. And he's not a tank. He's not a blood. He's not none of that stuff, and yet he's able to take damage. He's able to survive. He's able to go immune to all effects. Well, with the flag, where no other class can do that. No other class could do that.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. They had a druid bear and they had a disc priest hanging back at the flag room. And all they did was send this rogue out. He took a lot of dots coming across, was able to cloak a shadow out of it once, and then started running, got a lot more on him. By the time he hit the upstairs of their flag room, dropped the flag, he was dead. But he still was able to make it over and take that flag, and he never slowed down once.
Yeah,
Well, and I
that's
guess
common.
this is part of what Blizzard does when they make classes specifically good for certain pieces and parts, so they always have that role. I guess it's really no better than a tank or a healer. They're just given you're the flag runner. You're either you or the kitty's the flag runner because you both are
Right.
fast. So
But
I guess
there shouldn't be classes. Mages were supposedly glass cannons, and we were supposedly the class that had the most damage, and we couldn't heal ourselves. But now it's just death knights, shadow priests, warlocks. These are three classes that can shield themselves, heal themselves, and do the most damage in every single game, and no one even comes close. And they're unkillable 1v1 for the most part, depending on who's playing it.
we're only
And then-
1,500 rated, so the DKs we're going against, we don't have that problem.
No.
I
Oh,
can
no.
kill a DK in 10 seconds.
With a mage, though, mage is the same way now.
But
Come
we're
on.
lower rated.
Mages,
so I mean,
we're useless. We don't have the damage that they have. There is
Because
no way.
in arenas with
Well,
if it's
arenas
me
are
and a
different.
mage left, I'll tell you right now, if it's me and a mage left, that mage is going to win. Only because he can ice block and heal himself that first time.
What's his
Snap,
cooldowns?
he can ice block again. So he has two
Guys,
ice.
you've
It
killed me
depends
on
what it's-
numerous occasions. Let's just put that out there.
It
Numerous.
depends on its cooldowns. If it's 2 minutes
Or
into
how
the
good
match,
the
the mage
mage
is
is.
done.
How
But
much
let's
the
be
mage
fair.
knows about their tune to be
And
able
I'm
to
not-
really
right.
utilize it.
And I'm not bitching for hunters out there, but I mean, there's
Please don't talk
unless
to me
you're a
about hunters.
beastmaster.
Don't do it. I'm going to punch
If
the
you're
camera.
not,
Don't do
but
it.
listen, if you're not a beastmaster, you only have one heal as a beastmaster.
You guys don't
But
need
if
heals.
you're
You have
mage-
that
but if
freaking
you-
bird bullshit.
But if you got a mage, they can go from 5% health back to 100% health because
But
they
only
might
one
themselves-
time. He's right about
One
the
time.
ice. Yeah, it's only one time.
One
He's right about
time,
that.
and then he's
right.
done.
Then how do they do
Yeah.
it twice?
They got cold snap, and then that's it. They get to ice block one more time. But you know what? When you play against really high people, guess what? The shadow priest or the disc priest, they take it away from you.
They do.
dispel
Yeah,
it the second they do
yeah.
it.
He's
I
right
never
about
get to
that.
ice block anymore, ever. I
He's
ice
like,
block
I
in
don't
the middle.
even frighten on my phone.
I ice
He's
block
been
and
all
it's
chill.
gone.
He's been all like this, and then you started this, and he's all like in the camera.
That's me. That's me.
became
You got bubbles. You got paladins. We'll target a paladin, and then the second we're on him, he bubbles. We dispel it the second he's done. No one ever gets to enjoy anything anymore. But the Death Knight and the Warlocks, they can just bubble themselves for years and just be tanks and do the most damage in the game.
Here's
Yeah.
how you piss off all your co-hosts. They need to stop nerfing hunters and give them, and they need to get a couple buffs because they're lacking in damage.
Wait, I'm
That's all I
sorry. Are
gotta
you fucking kidding me right now?
You
Because
wanna-
I'm gonna rage. I don't even know.
Well, my point is, I'm trying to get across is if you do RPGs with these people and you realize that one class, and this is everybody in the middle, and all these guys are high rated. They know, they have an idea of how to run their class. They're all in the middle fighting, and then at the end of 15 minutes, you have 14 million, 12 million, 6, 5, 4. And it's so sad that those two classes are the same two classes in every single game that are doing that much damage. Because these classes, this guy is mashing his buttons. He's doing everything perfectly, but there is nothing he can do to compete with that damage. And Blizzard needs to fix that.
All joking aside, I have to agree with you because every time we do Warsong Gulch, every time we do Arathi Basin, not Warsong Gulch, Arathi Basin or Battle for Gilneas, I am their protective flag. They put me there. They don't put a healer with me. They don't put any other DPS. They put me there. There have been times I've stood there, I've come out of my camo, people have saw me, stopped, and turned their asses and ran away because they see how geared I am, and they're going, holy shit, there's a tank. Or
he'll
there's
say
a
incoming, and then he'll go, nope, cancel that, not incoming.
Yeah, I watched this one rogue came up, he stopped, he was on a mount, stopped, he targeted me, untargeted me, targeted one of his buddies, and took off running.
He's like,
he knew he didn't have a chance because of how OP hunters are right now. I mean, their damage is ridiculous.
We did get way off topic. We were doing Wicked Bow, and we totally, this is why we don't do PvP talk, because this happens.
I know.
Let me reel us in and get us back on track. Lycan, what did you do this week and WoW?
Well, with the rated battleground, no, I'm just joking.
Please don't. Let's not talk about rated battlegrounds.
To be honest with you, I've been finishing up some achievements. I've actually been taking advantage of the missions that you can do for the Apexi crystals. Mm-hmm. My DK has 10,000 crystals, and
I that as well. It's lovely.
But the garrison resource where you spend it and you can go out and do your crystal thing. There are a lot of achievements for every time you're on those quests to do these Apexi dailies or Apexi dailies to go around and pick up different achievements. One of them for unlocking 50 different prisoners. One of them is for going through and doing this, and one was for, I forget, it was somewhere up top. I had it up in Frostfire Ridge. I had to do something. But I've been getting achievements left and right, and I've just been doing it. I'd go down, I'd pick up one of those flags or one of those little work order things, use it, go do the quest, turn it in, go back up and do it again. You can also get your, if you're going for the 100,000 Apexi crystals. That's an easy way to do it. You can sit there and really technically farm them out all day. If you
Nobody got time for 100,000 Apexis crystals. Seriously.
By not doing my dailies every week, I'm sitting at right 65,000 right now, and I don't do every day.
You're just doing the missions. I do the missions.
Yeah.
That's how I got the King Rin's Talbook, the War Talbook for being exalted with King Varian Rin's Vanguard. I bought with Apexis crystals.
I did that this week. Big thing. As a lot of you guys know, we raid on Friday nights. We actually changed up our comp a little bit. This time we pulled in Zora, which was the tank we grabbed from last week. It's in our guild. At the last minute, our other tank had to bow out, and we had offered her to come in and tank again. And she just never ceases to amaze me on how well she does. She actually felt real proud. She kind of whispered when I got into the raid last night. She goes, "I really liked it. You called my name out on the show last week, so I had to make sure I threw out there."
Her and her husband, they're a team.
Her and Caitlin is her husband. Yeah. Unbelievable group. No, I really don't, and I've said this in front of Belle, and I've said it in front of Aja and Rickard, which I really don't consider a married couple, but they are. I really don't like couples rating. Because I've ran into a lot of problems where
I scream on TeamSpeak at my husband who's sitting right next to me when he's doing something wrong and standing in fire, and I'm like, seriously?
You're the exception, not the rule.
Right, you four are the exception, because I've been in raids where they've been together. One person got a gear, the other one did not, and the person that they were married to was an officer, and pulled rank and pulled that gear off them.
Oh, that's terrible.
I've had and this was in a progression guild.
That's
wow. So that's kind of the background that I'm looking at husband and wife couples that are
they're totally not like that. But they're really nice to each other about gear because they're both hunters when she's not on her tank, and they're really nice. Like, oh, honey, you need this upgrade more than I do. I'm going to give it to you instead. It's adorable. I'm not going to lie. Kind of makes me want to gag, but that's just but we love them to pieces. We really do.
They play in different rooms because they can't sit in the same room and play at the same time.
I've been on TeamSpeak with Zura when he's been doing PvP, and I hear him when she pushes that freaking button, and I hear him screaming. I'm like, is he okay? And she's like, he's just PvPing. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Next thing you know, he apologized real quick because I think Zora started running down the hall after him.
Oh, my God, that's so funny.
For a group to go in though, from a ragtag group that was never supposed to raid hardcore or get into this, we're still only doing 2 nights a week, but we're clearing more and more bosses that first night, and it's really impressive to see a group that the comp should not work. We had like 4 hunters and 3.
It was a rough comp because I haven't been raiding. I took a little bit of a break to prep for to begin Mythic. So I took a little bit of a break. So
And it's nice to see a group together that everybody said would never work to actually pull together and
Agreed.
clear some bosses. It's impressive.
awesome. Hots, what did you do this week? Well, I mean, I know you were leveling the rogue, but
Yeah, I leveled my rogue. I dodged raids a few times. I still
have they
haven't.
booted you from the raid team yet?
I'm pretty sure they have. I've been expecting like, hey man, where have you been through battle tag? And I'm just kind of like, I'm ruining the day. But other than that, like I had one
Well,
guilty.
now's the time to put in your resignation because if any of them watch the show, you could be like, bye, Felicia.
No, I'm gonna do it officially. I'm gonna do it in front of everyone, probably on a raid night if I decide to bow out.
Monk DPS.
I hope they understand because they know that I'm good. It's just I got killed. Like I killed myself. 100 wipes on the garage in about 2 weeks, and not even close wipes, like 50% wipes. No, no.
We talked about it last week about burnout. I mean, it happens. It's real.
Yeah. But now I'm just kind of chilling, leveling my rogue, enjoying the smaller things a while. Today actually.
By
I was
smaller
looking
things, are you
at-
referring to Frieza?
Good.
Oh, that was a good burn. Can I get a high five for that burn? Because that was a good burn.
Yeah.
That was a good
I need
burn.
a fire extinguisher, guys. I'm on fire.
Anyway,
Ice
I was
block, David. Ice block.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That face, you look like a hot dog.
That's my ice block. That's what I would look like in my ice block.
For those who don't watch the show and just listen, you have to see it just for that
I
face.
can't even deal with what just happened. That was like I have to poop, but it's coming out right now, and I can't hold it. Like, do it again. Can we get it right?
No, that's only one time use.
Come on.
oh gosh.
If you did that face while twerking and making your pizza, that'd be money. Money in
That
the
would.
bank.
I have an aneurysm.
Sorry, Hots. I got a little distracted by the ice block face. What were you saying?
It's fine. That was hilarious.
It was totally worth it, right?
It was totally worth. Anyways, I was doing a dungeon today with a friend of mine, and we're going through, and she's having really bad internet issues. So she was lagging out, and whenever the dungeon started, she lagged out. Well, I was like, hey guys, let's wait up. That's my friend, whatever. They were like, fuck him. I was like,
Oh,
okay.
snap.
Wait, who said that? Hold on.
The tank said it. While,
In your raid group?
No. In a
Oh.
dungeon that I was doing today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, well, if
You were
you're-
like your mom, because that's what I would have said. Your mom.
No, I got pissed, and like I held my tongue. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna find my opportunity to strike. Well, because I'm an elitist. I'm not gonna I'm like it's a freaking dungeon, like, woo,
Yeah.
whatever. So we start the first boss, and I was like, all right, we'll go. I'm not gonna wipe us because my friend's not here. That's not y'all's fault, but you could at least be a little bit patient. Whatever. We killed the first boss, and like, oh, we're so good, blah 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 blah, elitist, blah. I was like, okay. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to go for, well, we get to the second boss, and they're pulling the trash around it. They didn't know how it worked apparently because those little fire minions shooting Fell Blast, it has a really long cast, but that shit will one-shot you if you get like 2 or 3 on you at the same time.
Right.
So I noticed that he went and aggroed every single one of them. I was like, oh no, this is going to be great. Spanish. Sup, Holmes?
Oh, that's awesome.
And he laid there and he was like, Master, I was like, what are you, too elitist to run back? And then continued going.
Oh,
Disconnect.
man.
Like, he got so
Nothing irritates me more than when somebody asks for a res instead
I
of
love it.
running.
I love it, man.
literally want to rage. I hate that. I know it's an opportunity, but if everybody else has already clicked, just click. By the time you're waiting for that incoming res, you could have already been back where you were, rebuffed and ready to go.
I would have been behind Hospice Shots with the foam finger, number 1 fan.
With the foam finger and the pom poms.
Yeah.
Need about it. Bust out the old broken I win button.
Yeah. Like after he died, I'm a rogue, and like you were talking about, not much can kill you on the magical side if you're smart about it. So I went and I AoE, like I stunned the crap out of this one, did this, and ended up killing them all by myself. And I was like, so if you want to talk like you're a badass, you at least show it.
I'll be over here in my garrison. Buy me a drink.
Right. Anyways, I was just like, all right, that's enough. My friend was like, I wish I could still have fun like that, and I was like, nah.
Which friend? Because I know all of your friends. Well, I don't know all of them because you have secret friends.
No, it's
That's
Weenie.
true.
Oh, it's Weenie. I figured it was Weenie, but I wasn't 100%.
Weenie, who do you think?
I mean, like, I should have already known this.
We're his other 3 friends. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. And get my roommate.
So for my week in WoW, I did take a break from raiding. Had to reset the box. We talked about that last week. We are getting ready to do a full clear on Heroic Highmaul. I know it's late, and a lot of you are going to be like, well, I've already done that. Don't care what you've done. Don't give a shit. It's what we're doing. Once that happens, we are picking the Mythic players, and then we are going to actually do Mythic raiding on a completely different night of the week than we do the Heroic, and we are going to begin the Mythic with the same set of people, and it'll be really, really super strict because people have earned the right to be in Mythic, and that's going to be where the elitist part will come into play a little bit. And I wouldn't say elitist so much as just really batten down the hatches and really making it strict and everybody needing to be on point. I'm excited, not excited, but I'm excited, but I'm not excited.
Am I going to make the cut? Probably not.
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. And then I did
I'll
start
take your
leveling a healer monk. Me and Friza, like I said, we were going to attempt to bring it, and I was like, maybe we should just boost it. And he's like, well, no, the professions. No, that doesn't matter. When you get to 90 and you can get the Draenor professions, it will level your crap for you. You no longer have to wait to be 60 to level because you'll level it. Those 10 levels, you'll probably be pretty close to max for those professions. And he was like, well, then what the hell are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know. And
yeah,
I'm like,
my eye was twitchy when it comes to leveling. My eye starts twitching.
And I'm like, okay, well, it's not in my budget this week. And he's like, yeah, not in mine either. It's going to have to wait a paycheck. And I was like, yeah, me too, because it's rent week. And we were like, okay, so we're just going to boost? Yep, we're just going to boost. I got on there and did just messed around with some stuff. But I have no desire. I'm only going to use the healing monk for a specific purpose, and that's pretty much it. It's strictly for PvP. So
I want a healer besides the druid. I don't want to have to learn how to shapeshift.
And
That's rare.
What?
For Prize to say, I want to heal it.
He's rebuking the druid healer.
Well, I will say this though. I'm going to give it one more season with my mage. If I don't like it, whenever my healer is ready to go, I am going to disown my mage.
What's
Or
really
swap back
funny
and forth maybe from expansion to expansion, depending upon what changes, right?
and what's really funny is that before this, if Fraser saw you in game on any other class, he'd be like, I don't like you. But as soon as you pop on a level 1 druid that had any type of PvP,
He's like, let's be besties.
Druid,
Do you know how to cyclone?
And can you incapacitating both? That's all I need to know. I mean, I just needed. Can you
do you go broccoli?
Right. do you have gotten? But yeah, that's all I did this week. Did RBGs with the guild and the rating. They are doing really, really good with the rating. We got a lot of new members this week. We did have a slight issue in the guild. If you come to my guild and I catch you taking expensive mats out of my guild bank and you put them in the auction house, or you sell them, or you take 1,000 of one set of something, or you take 56 temporal crystals out of the frickin' bank, it's kind of going to piss me off a little bit. I mean, we're not a selfish guild. We openly give everything. We give you gear. We help each other with gold. I mean, really, it is the least selfish guild I've ever seen. These guys will literally just give you whatever it is you need, and when you take a ton of stuff out of my bank and then you demean people in my guild chat, there's one rule to being in the Writer's Rohan. Be nice to my guildies. If you're mean to my guildies, then you're not going to have a guild. You're going to be sitting in Stormwind begging for gold on the side of the road because it's not cool. So we did. That was it's the first issue in a really long time that I had to do a G kick, and it was a little traumatizing, but it was very much needed. Everybody pretty much clapped that was happening because when you start insulting people, they tend to dislike it, and I don't even understand why. So it was all over Viola Sands and classes, and we do weekly raffles for the guild bank, and this week was the Viola Sands, and there was some things said about that, but it's whatever. But that's pretty much what I did. I've been swapping back and forth between playing WoW and then doing my reset with Minecraft just to keep myself into a easier frame of mind to be able to deal with fuckery a lot better in any aspect, with whether it's having to manage this or managing this or managing this. That's right. Right? Are you busy? But Minecraft has been really lovely for me because I'm building stuff. I'm currently building Superman's Fortress of Solitude as we speak. It's almost looking like it, but not really, but I'm getting there. So that's what I've been doing. I've just been trying to balance and make sure that I don't, with all the things that we do with Pwnecast and with World of Warcraft, I want to make sure that I'm keeping myself in fresh eyes and not burning myself out of World of Warcraft because that would be really sad. And that's pretty much leveling the monk, heals, and spending the week doing whatever weird stuff it is I do when I'm online. But, yeah. So
Sniffing lavender toilet paper.
The funny thing is, my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, a month ago is when my husband started. My husband's actually the one that started buying it. Weird, right? So
Dark started buying.
Yeah. So
okay.
A couple weeks ago,
We'll have a talk with him about that.
Yeah.
She's like, "Ma," and I'm like, "What?" And she's, "Why does the toilet paper smell like perfume?" She goes, "Everybody thinks I'm crazy," because my husband had pretended he didn't smell it because he was totally making her think she was nuts. And I was like, because it's lavender. It's like it makes your pieces and parts, perfumey. I don't really know if that's a thing. I can't really, it smells good to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go.
Why'd you come around?
This is late night talk.
As the latest hot fix, in my opinion, because toilet paper is a big part of our lives, especially if you are a person that uses toilet paper. If you don't use toilet paper, I can't help you. But, see, this is why I didn't want to talk about the toilet paper, because you guys want to make it weird. Like I'm some kind of weird freak with lavender smelling toilet paper.
I've heard of, scented candles, perfume. Never in my life heard and/or could ever think of a reason to have.
I'm gonna go with hots for shots on this one.
But here's the thing: my husband bought it, so it wasn't the girl with the Innie. A guy with an Audi bought it. So you explain that to me.
After we get done with the show, we're adding him to the call, and we're having a very serious discussion about his man card.
Yeah, we got to talk about this.
He's gonna blame me and he's gonna try to spin it to where I did some bullshit. But
maybe he has a sensitive bum. We don't know.
It's not lotioned though. I don't know how the scent is gonna help the sensitivity of said bum.
That would make it worse.
Probably irritation. The chance of it getting a rash.
I don't know what's happening right now. We've veered off into not even the realm of work.
We're reeling it back in here. We're reeling it back in.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what to say at this point. We come to the end of the news. We've pretty much covered everything that we needed to.
We should be sponsored by Charmin. Toilet paper for gamers.
Angel Soft is the brand. It's Angel Soft and it's lavender.
No.
Hey, we'll take our sponsorships any way we can get them.
I won't say no to any toilet paper brand.
Because I have no problem plugging products. If they, whatever we can do. Oh, that is so good.
Our companies.
Exactly.
Collect the whole set.
Which one is that? I'm currently using the Lich King one.
Oh, yeah? I broke mine.
Oh, you did?
Maybe Blizzard could send me a new one.
When I see Mike in November, when we sit down for dinner, we'll talk about it.
I just realized my straw's in the cup upside down. That's not really relevant to the conversation, but I just wanted to point out that I put my straw in the cup.
This is why she dyes her hair darker.
Yeah, you guys might have noticed I did. Nobody mentioned the black the last couple episodes, and I'm really glad. I did attempt something new. I believe I'm too white for black hair. It just doesn't look good for my skin. That's not a racist comment. She
nerfed herself.
So I did go back to my natural hair color. which my natural hair color is actually blonde, but this has been me for 7 years, is the mahogany brown. But yeah, I did. The black was.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Because my hair. I didn't
no, you're talking about your hair.
We've gone through beauty questions. We've gone through personal hygiene. What are we going to talk about? So the next time it's your time of the month, this is what we know.
The toilet paper was not brought up by me. It was brought up by Hot. The hair color was not brought up by me. It was brought up by Lakin. Stuff with I can't even talk about Shark Week. That was not brought up by me either. So I'm just a victim of circumstance here. With that being said, we are reaching that time, and
what happened Shark Week?
One more thing.
Nothing.
If we can get sponsored by toilet paper, that would be amazing because we can walk around and be like, we don't need a red carpet. We walk on toilet paper.
Shut
It doesn't matter how much times we wipe, we have enough toilet paper.
That is awesome.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. We are.
Facebook page, I'm putting that up as a meme.
We're going to get out of here. Make sure you guys go to PwnecastDailyQuest.com. You'll find all the latest guides, news, help, whatever we write about's up there, and it's pretty good. We have a really solid team, a good solid team of writers. Make sure you go to Facebook.com/Pwnecast and like us. Like the video, tell us how we're doing. If you want to get a hold of Frieza, you can get a hold of him via his battle tag, which is Frosty
1321.
Frosty 1321. You need to make sure you let him know who you are when you're adding him, otherwise he's not going to know who you are, and he'll delete you because that's how he rolls if he doesn't know you.
It is true. I will delete you. Or if you can't get a hold of me on Battle.net, mail me a message of who you are.
Or you can get a hold of him through Pwnecast, the Facebook.com/Pwnecast. Just put attention Frieza, and we'll make sure that the message gets to him. He has access to the inbox, but he doesn't ever check it. But I'll make sure that it gets forwarded to him if you can't remember what his battle tag is. Hots for Shots, you can get a hold of him on his Facebook page at Hots for Shots. He is also on Twitch.tv/Hots for Shots, yes. He's got all that good stuff going on, and you guys know where to find me. I'm all over Azeroth, so it's not really a secret to come find Belle. Thank you guys for joining us this week. Thank you for listening and watching and spending an hour with us every week. We always appreciate you guys being here. If there's anything that you're missing or any questions that you have, please feel free to send us an email. But we are going to get out of here before any more weird toilet paper talk happens.
Yeah.
And I get blamed on. You guys all heard that before I go. I was blamed for that.
You bought it. Like.
Sir.
All right, we're ending the show? Ma'am. Sir.
Okay,
Sir.
we're done. Seriously. All right, we're out of here, guys.
Bye. No, I'm not doing that face. That's what ice block looks like to me, though.
That is what constipation looks like.